Many men are persuaded that the best way to find a partner or attract more ladies is to simply be themselves. I'm sorry to say that this isn't always sound advice. Do you really think to tell the 30-year-old unemployed man who spends all of his time viewing porn and playing video games in his mother's basement that he should simply be himself in order to get a girl? No, you'd tell him that he needs to get his act together and concentrate on becoming a desirable, high-value man before he ever considers dating. Because high-value males are much more appealing than typical ones. So, with that in mind, here are 5 common traits shared by the majority of these high-value males. Many of them, I believe, are wonderful attributes to have in general, not simply for women's attraction. If you believe you lack any of these qualities, I'll show you how to work on improving them inside yourself. 1. Staying focused on your goals. I'd like you to consider the following question. How often do you think about the things that are most important to you? What I mean is, what is your sense of mission? Do you feel like you have a purpose or goals that you're pursuing? Or do you merely float through life reacting to what occurs to you rather than taking action? You're much more prone to get clingy with women if you don't have a goal. You're going to make her the center of your life since you don't have anything else going on. She'll pick up on your low-value behavior, as if you have entirely too much time and energy on your hands and are dumping it all on her. And she'll be turned off completely. When you have a strong sense of purpose, such as a career you love or a social cause you support, and you know what you want out of life and are on your way to achieving it, you'll begin to value your time. As a result, you won't have the mental ability or the time to be clingy with any female because you'll be preoccupied with other vital matters that require your attention and time. Of course, I'm not advocating that you focus so intently on your goal that you neglect to spend time with her. Balance. It's also important to consider your relationship. However, having a strong sense of purpose can help you feel more secure and grounded in yourself, something women admire in guys. 2. Having competence. I put this one directly after number 1. Because it's similar but not identical. Knowing where you're going in life is what it means to have a sense of purpose. Competence implies that you'll figure out a way to get there. Competence entails basic problem-solving abilities, such as the ability to take command of a situation and avoid making a mistake. Many men I know have lofty ambitions in mind, such as becoming a millionaire, but they lack the necessary skills to realize their objectives. It's true that being in the top 15% of males isn't difficult. Why do you think that is? Because the majority of men aren't particularly skilled. The majority of people aren't particularly diligent or have fortitude and grit when faced with difficulty. And the reason for this is that they don't desire to improve themselves. Incompetent men are universally attractive to women. Consider that for a moment. Women didn't have the right to vote, own land, occupy positions of responsibility, or operate genuine enterprises 1,000 years ago. So, what could a woman do to improve her situation? Essentially, she had 2 options. The first is, she could marry into a position of money or power, such as the duke, prince, or lord, or any other high aristocratic rank. The second is, if she had to marry someone from her community, she wanted to make sure he was capable of figuring things out and getting things done so that he could offer a better life for her and her children. For hundreds of years, women have carried this thinking as part of their female psychology. Meaning, girls still want to meet and date a man who can demonstrate he has a strong head on his shoulders and is capable of achieving his goals as a high-value man. 3. Setting limits. I recall once asking my ex-girlfriend, "Can you tell me when she realized she wanted me?" And she gave me a very interesting response. She said that on her first date, she didn't know me very well and was nervous, so she kept texting her buddy while we ate. And one thing she noticed I did that made me stand out was to teasingly call her out on it. I didn't say anything, but I believe I said something along the lines of, "Hey, you shouldn't be texting when we're on a date." Just a little obnoxious, very straightforward. And to be honest, I had no idea she found it attractive. That was just something I said to reaffirm my boundaries of being courteous of other people's time. She admitted that she had done it on previous dates but had never been called out on it, and that she thought it amusing that I had called her out on being disrespectful on a date. It was supposed to irritate her or make her defensive, but the reverse happened. She admired and respected the fact that I could quietly convey my message without being unduly forceful. When you set limits, you show the other person that you value yourself and that you have a backbone. Women will pick up on your self-respect and unconsciously consider you a high-value man if you carry yourself with it. Establishing your limits shows women that you have a clear understanding of what you accept and don't accept from others. And women find it highly attractive when they sense you're the kind to stand up for yourself when someone violates your boundaries. Because if you can stand up to her, It means you'd also stand up for her if someone tried to damage her or take advantage of her. As a result, make it a practice to set your boundaries. 4. Recognizing nonverbal clues. When it comes to flirting with women, one thing I've seen a lot of males struggle with is reading their body language. I understand this since most men are more interested with the surface level stuff, such as the words uttered between you and her, than with the underlying feeling. Nonverbal communication accounts for more than 60% of all human communication. Nonverbal tactics that ladies utilize to let you know how they feel about you include the way she looks at you, how much she leans into your space, and the tone of her voice, whether it's inviting or standoffish. You can calibrate to whatever she's feeling right now if you can pick up on these nonverbal signs. If she's uninterested, you can back off a little, and if she's flirtier, you'll know it's time to make a move, because he's a guy who gets it. A man who understands how to read nonverbal clues is highly desirable to women. It's almost like having the James Bond talent of being able to read a girl's thoughts and knowing exactly what to do and when to make her go insane for you. Let's imagine you've been flirting with a female who grins and looks you in the eyes, and you say, "Oh, so you wanted to dance with me. What makes you think I'm just going to let you dance with me now?" She says. We'll take these remarks literally if we're talking about a guy who doesn't know how to read nonverbal clues. Instead of looking at her body language, he'll think, "Oh damn, maybe I should stop looking like she doesn't want to dance." A man who understands her nonverbal signs, on the other hand, will realize, "Oh, she's just saying that as a little test, but I think we both know she wants to dance with me just as much as I want to dance with her, and she'll make a move nonetheless." That's the difference between a man who can read body language and one who can't. 5. Developing a man-to-woman mentality. Another issue I've noticed is that many men nowadays struggle to feel at ease in their own skin. When they chat to ladies, they exude a nice platonic feel rather than a flirting man-to-woman vibe, which is the leading cause of men ending up in the friend zone. Because they're afraid of letting their masculine energy shine through in their interactions, they play it safe and act friendly with the woman they like, and then out of nowhere, they'll ask for a date or a phone number, and she'll reject him 9 times out of 10 because she'll be completely blindsided. After all, why would a female agree to go on a date with you if she had no idea you were flirting in the first place? So, the next time you're with the female you truly like, practice building a man-to-woman vibe to learn how to flirt with your words and body language, and you'll become accustomed to being in your masculinity over time. Girls will naturally want to be more feminine around a guy who is comfortable with revealing this side of himself, because it's like yin and yang. Masculine will attract feminine, whilst a neutral friend zone feeling will draw the same thing.